first concept is determination of underwriter's liability under different circumstances. First circumstance is when there is open and complete underwriting by single underwriter. If there is open and complete underwriting by single underwriter, underwriter will be liable to take up all those offered shares that have not been taken up by the public. That means underwriter will be liable to take up all those unsubscribed shares which have not been applied for by the public. So how to calculate these unsubscribed shares? We'll see. First we have to take up total shares issued, that is total number of shares issued by a company. From that, if we subtract applications from public, that is public subscription, number of applications received from public, if we deduct that from the total number of shares issued, we'll get unsubscribed shares. So those unsubscribed shares should be purchased by the underwriter. So we'll see the format for this. Statement showing the liability of underwriter. First we have to write gross liability. Gross liability means total number of shares issued by company. From this we have to subtract total applications received by the company from the public. So total number of applications received from the public, that we have to subtract. So the balance, that will be called as net liability. So number of shares required to taken up by the underwriter. So remaining shares that should be purchased or that should be taken up by the underwriter. So we'll see with this with an example. X Limited issued 1 lakh shares of 10 each. The whole issue was underwritten by Y. Y is a single underwriter at an agreed commission of 5%. Commission is payable on issue price. Remember, applications for 80,000 shares were received. So from public, 80,000 applications were received. Determine the liability of underwriter and underwriting commission. We'll see this. Here is a format. First we have to write gross liability. Gross liability means total number of shares required to taken up. That means total number of shares issued and that is required to be taken up. And company issues how many number of shares? X Limited issued 1 lakh shares. So gross liability is to take up 1 lakh shares. From this we have to subtract total applications received from public. From public, how many number of shares applications were received? That is, applications for 80,000 shares were received. So total application received from public is 80,000. So net liability is 20,000 shares. Underwriter is liable to take up 20,000 shares. So we calculated underwriter's liability. Then we have to move towards calculating underwriter's commission. Remember, company is liable to pay underwriter commission on total number of shares underwritten and not on the shares taken up by the underwriter. So we'll calculate what is the total number of shares underwritten. So in this example, complete underwriting is there. That means underwriter gives a guarantee for whole of the issue. What is the total issue? That is 1 lakh shares. So we have to multiply 1 lakh shares into its face value. Here face value only the issue price. So issue price is 10 rupee per share. Total shares 1 lakh. So total capital is 10 lakh. So on this 5% commission is payable. So underwriting commission is equals to 10 lakh into what is the rate of commission? That is 5%. So underwriting commission is rupees 50,000. So we done with first example. Second circumstance is when there is open and complete underwriting by two or more underwriters. That is, if the whole of the issue is underwritten by two or more, that is many underwriters are there, how to calculate the underwriter's liability. So we'll see with the help of a specimen. Here is a format. Statement showing underwriter's liability. First we have to take up underwriter's gross liability. That is gross liability of each of the underwriter. That is how many shares that are guaranteed to take up by the underwriter. From that we have to deduct credit given to each underwriter in respect of unmarked application. That means benefit given to underwriter in respect of unmarked applications. I will tell you what is unmarked application later. Then we'll get a balance. From that we have to deduct marked application. Marked application means application that have come through each of the underwriter. So if we deduct this, we'll get balance. If there is a surplus, we have to deduct that surplus. Surplus means, for example, one of the underwriter given a guarantee to subscribe for 50,000 shares. He will given a guarantee to subscribe 50,000 shares. But through him, if 60,000 applications were received, that means through a single underwriter, 60,000 applications were received. That time he got surplus. That means extra 10,000 surplus applications that have come through a single underwriter. So that is what surplus. So this surplus we have to share among remaining underwriters. So that is what surplus accruing to any underwriter. So if the later by deducting that we'll get net liability, that is number of shares required to take up by the underwriters. Okay, we'll see this with an example. X Limited issued 2 lakh shares. Company issued 2 lakh shares. The whole issue was underwritten by Mrs. A 50%, B 30%, C 20%. Applications for 1,60,000 shares were received in all. That means from the public 1,60,000 shares were received, out of which applications for 45,000 shares had the stamp of Mrs. A. Those for 30,000 shares that of Mrs. B, and 25,000 that of Mrs. C. That means through A 45,000 applications were come, and through B 25,000 shares were come, and through B 30,000 shares, through C 25,000 shares. So we'll see what is this. These are what marked applications. I'll tell you what is marked application and unmarked application now. We'll see this with an example. Company issue 2 lakh shares and that whole issue was underwritten. That is by A gives a guarantee for 50% of the issue, and B gives a guarantee for 30% of the issue, and C gives a guarantee for 20% of the issue. That means A gives a guarantee for 50%. That means for 1 lakh shares, 2 lakh into 50% means it is 1 lakh shares. For 1 lakh shares, A gives a guarantee, and B gives a guarantee for 30% means of 2 lakh, that is 60,000 shares. B gives a guarantee for 60,000 shares, and C 20% means C gives a guarantee for 40,000 shares. Okay, and from public 1,60,000 share application were received. From public 1,60,000 application were received, out of this 45,000 shares that had the stamp of A and 30,000 shares that had the stamp of B and 25,000 shares had the stamp of C. So all these are called marked applications. Marked applications. Marked applications means the application which bear a stamp of underwriter. See here, if application bears the stamp of A, that is a marked application of A. So if application bears the stamp of B, then it is a application that has come through B. So like that, if application bears the stamp of C, that application called as marked application, and that have come through C. So that is what marked application. Application which bears the stamp of underwriter. That means application that have come through a underwriter. So application which do not bear any stamp. Application which do not bear any stamp, and that is called unmarked application. That is called unmarked application. Unmarked application. So here there were total 1,60,000 applications were received from the public, out of which what is a marked application? That is, from A 45,000 shares were come, and from B 30,000, and from C 25,000. So that is total marked applications were 1 lakh. So from the total application received, if you deduct marked application, you will get 60,000 shares, that is unmarked applications. So total unmarked applications were 60,000. You got it? 1,60,000 total applications received from public. So these are the marked applications: 45,000 from A, 30,000 from B, 25,000 from C, and total marked application, it is 1 lakh. Total application received 1,60,000. From this, if you subtract marked application, you will get unmarked application. Unmarked application is 60,000 shares. So we'll solve this problem. First you have to write gross liability. So what is the liability taken up by each of the underwriter? That is, whole issue was underwritten by A 50%, B 30%, and C 20%. A 50%, B 30%, and C 20%. So 50% of what is the total issue? That is 2 lakh shares. 2 lakh shares were the total issue. 2 lakh into 50%, that is 1 lakh share. 2 lakh into 30%, 60,000 shares. 2 lakh into 20%, that is 40,000 shares. So from this we have to deduct what as per the specimen? Credit for unmarked application in 5:3 ratio. So 5:3 ratio. So what is how you got this? This is based on their liability. So 1 lakh is to 60,000 is to 40,000. We'll get this ratio. Okay. So why we have to give the benefit of unmarked application to the underwriters? This is because the issue was underwritten for 100%. That means whole of the issue is underwritten. So underwriters gives a guarantee for the whole of issue. That's why we have to give the benefit of unmarked application to the underwriters. Okay, what is the unmarked applications? We already calculated. It is 60,000. 1,60,000 minus marked application 1 lakh, you'll get 60,000. So we have to share this 60,000 among the underwriters. 60,000 into 5 by 10, it is 30,000. 60,000 into 3 by 10, it is 18,000. 60,000 into 2 by 10, it is 12,000. If we subtract this, you'll get answer. You'll get balance 70,000 shares, 42,000 shares, and 12,000 shares. So from this answer, we have to subtract marked application, and that is given in a problem only. marked application, which is given in a problem only, 45,000, 30,000, 25,000, and deduct, we'll get answer. We won't get any surplus in any underwriter, so this only the net liability. Determination of underwriter's liability. Under that circumstance 2, when there is open and complete underwriting by 2 or more underwriters. We'll see the second example under this. That is, X Limited issued 2 lakh shares of 10 each. The whole issue was underwritten by A. 1 lakh shares, B. 60,000 shares, C. 40,000 shares. Applications were received for 1,60,000 shares, of which marked application were, so from public 1,60,000 shares were received, and out of that marked application through A 80,000 shares, B 28,500 shares, 41,000 shares from C. Determine the liability of the underwriters. So through underwriters this much applications were come, we have to deduct this marked application from the total applications received from the public. Will get unmarked application. So you already know the specimen, so I will explain once again. First you have to write gross liability of each of the underwriter. That means how much shares that are guaranteed by each of underwriter. Then from that you have to deduct unmarked application, that is credit given to unmarked application, credit given to each of the underwriter in respect of unmarked application. You'll get balance. From that you have to deduct marked application of each underwriter. Finally you have to deduct surplus accruing to any underwriter. So we'll see this with an example. Here is a statement. First you have to write a gross liability, that is a shares guaranteed by each of the underwriter. So A guarantees for 1 lakh shares, B for 60,000, C for 40,000. Write it down. Is 1 lakh, 60,000 and 40,000. From that we have to deduct credit given to each of the underwriter in respect of unmarked application. Credit for unmarked application. So we have to calculate unmarked application, and we have the information of total application received and marked application. So with this we can calculate unmarked application. This is a way to calculate unmarked application. Total application from public less marked application. Total application received from public, it is 1,60,000 shares, less marked application. From through A 80,000 shares were received, that is through A. From B 28,500 through B marked applications were 28,000, and from C marked application were 41,500. So total unmarked application 1,60,000 is a total application, minus total unmarked application is 1,50,000. So you'll get unmarked application, that is 10,000. So you have to give the benefit of unmarked application to all the underwriters, because underwriting is for whole of the issue. That's why we are giving a credit of unmarked application to all the underwriters. So we have to share this in a ratio. So we have to calculate a ratio. Ratio we are going to calculate on the basis of liability of each of the underwriter. So 1,60,000 and 40,000 is a liability. So on that base we can calculate what ratio. We'll see how it is. So ratio is 2 5s are 10, 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 3. So ratio is 5:3:2. So 10,000 we have to share in 5:3:2. 10,000 into 5 by 10, it is 5,000. 10,000 into 3 by 10, 3,000. And 10,000 into 2 by 10, that is 2,000. So deduct this, you'll get answer, that is 95,000, 57,000 and 38,000. We'll get balance and deduct marked application. Marked application given in problem, that is A 80,000, B 28,000 and C 41,500. We'll write this. This is the answer. So we will get balance. So this is a balance. 15,000 shares, 28,500 shares and minus 3,500 shares. What is this minus 3,500? How we'll get? Because here liability of us C is to take up 40,000 shares, but through C 41,000 shares were come. So that means extra 3,500 shares were come. That means 3,500 in the sense 2,000 were unmarked application. Total he'll get a benefit of 3,500 shares. That means this is a surplus. So this surplus we have to share among remaining partners, remaining underwriters. And we have to make liability of C nil. Surplus accrued to C distributed between A and B in 5:3 ratio. See, original ratio was 5:3:2 and now we have to share among A and B. So ratio of A and B is 5:3. So total 3,500 surplus we have to share. 3,500 into 5 by 8. For A it is 2,188. For B 1,312 and total surplus is 3,500. So this surplus we have shared among these two. So we'll get net liability. Net liability 12,812, 27,188 and for C liability is nil because he got surplus. Definition of underwriter's liability. Case 3, when there is open and partial underwriting by only one underwriter. Open underwriting means underwriter will take up shares only when shares underwritten by him are not fully subscribed by the public. Partial underwriting means underwriting is for part of the shares issued. In this case, for the non-underwritten part of the issue, the company itself should be regarded as the underwriter. That is, for example, company issues 1 lakh shares and underwriter gives guarantee for 90,000 shares. Remaining shares, there is 10,000, that is a non-underwritten shares. For that, company becomes the underwriter. And unmarked applications are deemed to be the marked application of the company. So company makes effort to get subscription from the public. So if it gets application from the public through its effort, that is called unmarked application, and that is considered as marked application of the company. And benefit of unmarked application, that is given to company only under this circumstance. Here is a statement. First we have to write gross liability of underwriter and company. Then we have to deduct unmarked application of the company, because unmarked application considered as a marked application of the company. If we get surplus, we have to deduct. Then we have to finally deduct marked application, the application which come through underwriter. Now let's see the example. A Limited issued 2 lakh shares of ₹10 each. 80% of the issue was underwritten by Mrs. X by single underwriter. A part of the issue is underwritten. Application for 1,50,000 were received in all. That means from the public, company received 1,50,000 shares, out of which application for 1 lakh shares were marked. Marked application were 1 lakh. Compute the liability of Mrs. X. We have to compute the liability of underwriter. So this is a statement. We draw a column for company also, because for the unmarked application, underwriter will be the A Limited. That means for the non-underwritten shares, company will be the underwriter. Total shares issued 2 lakh. 1,60,000 means 2 lakh into 80%. Underwriting is for 80% of the issue. So 80% of 2 lakh is 1,60,000. So 2 lakh minus 1,60,000 non-underwritten shares. 40,000, for that company will be the underwriter. Let's credit for unmarked application. We have to give the credit to the company. So we have to calculate what is the unmarked application. Total application received from the public, it is 1,50,000 minus marked application 1 lakh. So we'll get the balance, that is 50,000 unmarked application. Credit is given to company because company is an underwriter for the unmarked application, and it is the marked application for the company. So here we'll be getting surplus. 40,000 were the liability to take up by the company, but it gets 50,000 shares through its efforts. So extra 10,000 shares comes through a company. So this surplus we have to share, we have to give the benefit of this surplus to the underwriter in order to reduce his liability. Total 10,000 is the surplus of the company, and that we are sharing with the underwriter, because only single underwriter is there, no need of any ratio. Less marked application, that is 1 lakh, and net liability is 50,000 shares. Company's net liability is nil. Underwriter's liability. Case 4. Open and partial underwriting by 2 or more underwriters. Under this circumstance, we'll follow the same format to calculate underwriter's liability as case 3. Gross liability of each underwriter. From that we have to deduct unmarked application to company. So here unmarked application, the credit is given to the company because it will be the marked application for the company. For that underwriter will be company only. Then if company gets a surplus, that surplus we have to share among underwriters in order to reduce their liability. Finally we have to subtract marked application received through each of the underwriter. Then we'll get net liability, that is liability to take up a number of shares. Here is example. A Limited issued 1 lakh shares of 10 each. Total issued 1 lakh. 60% of the issue was underwritten by X and Y. So out of total 60%, it is together underwritten by X and Y in the ratio of 3:2. Application for 80,000 were received, out of which marked application were 25,000 from X and from Y 12,000. From public 80,000 applications were received. Out of that marked application of X is 25,000 and 12,000 from Y. Compute underwriter's liability. We'll see this problem. Total 1 lakh shares issued by company. Out of that 60% underwriting is given by X and Y. 60% of 1 lakh, that is 60,000, and this 60,000 together underwritten in the ratio of 3:2. So 60,000 into 3 by 5, 36,000. 60,000 into 2 by 5, 24,000. For the non-underwritten part of the issue, underwriter will be the company. So total issue, it is 1 lakh minus underwriting is for 60,000, remaining non-underwritten share, that is 40,000. For that company will be the underwriter. Less unmarked application. Total application received from the public, it is 80,000. Less marked application. Marked application from X 25,000 and from Y 12,000. 80,000 minus 25,000 minus 12,000, that is 43,000. Credit is given to company. So the balance is 36,000, 24,000 and minus 3,000. So we'll be getting surplus under company 3,000. So we have to share this surplus among X and Y in order to reduce their liability, and we have to make the liability of the company nil. Less surplus accrued to company, which is used to reduce the liability of Messrs X and Y in the ratio 3:2. So total surplus, it is 3,000. 3,000 into 3 by 5, that is 1,800. 3,000 into 2 by 5, 1,200. Marked application of X 25,000 Y 12,000 given in problem. So we'll be getting net liability 9,200 for X, and for Y 10,800 shares, and company's liability is nil.